Antonio Gibson was a borderline rookie of the year. Keyshawn Vaughn saw about 60 complete total snaps. You know what he did? He traded the rookie of the year and he brought in the guy that had 60 total snaps.
He got his guy.
He knows though.
Sell high, buy low.
Said, people are going to make fun of you. Here you go making fun of him. What if he'd made the right decision? What if Gibson was a flash in the pan and Keyshawn Vaughn just reaches that next level?
Hey, I'm only laughing because of the switcheroo that he pulled, not because I think it's I do think it's.
And he added a
for multiple reasons.
He added
I think it's very ironic though that happened. I totally didn't even think of that till now. Getting in the top news of the week. Actually, we wrote an article which is on www.officialbutthole.com.
What's the name of the place again?
Carson. That's www.officialbutthole.com. Thank you for bringing that up organically. It's based on Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts situation with him now needing surgery and having a recovery time of 5 to 12 weeks.
So you know what? This is actually outdated.
12 to
So they ended up. The news broke today that they're opting for surgery. It does say it. Frank Reich did come out and say that
fuck it, he needs surgery.
Basically,
a loose bone.
Frank Reich came out and said it's a bone that's been floating around in his foot since high school, or at least been dislodged, and then it started floating around and causing discomfort when he got to Indianapolis, miraculously.
So all these other injuries he's had, no doctors ever noticed that and saw it as an issue.
One thing I saw on Twitter today that was fucking hilarious. So somebody said, "Oh, so the Philadelphia Eagles doctors didn't pick this up for like 5 years." And the first comment's an Eagles fan, and he was like, "Our doctors are so horrible that they wouldn't pick up a missing arm on a quarterback." Basically, the Eagles have injuries all the time.
Yeah,
and their medical staff is just terrible, which I do believe. But
I buy that.
Yeah. So long story short, they're going to know a better timetable on recovery after the surgery for Carson Wentz. He could be back as early as week 2 or week 3. He could also be out until week 7 or week 8.
How does this affect Jonathan Taylor?
Big time.
Well,
good.
They also just lost the tackle. I mean, the line is starting to go to shit.
Well,
they don't have a quarterback to helm the offense.
When you say lost the tackle to retirement?
No, I think it was injury.
Who got hurt?
Braden Smith?
Braden Smith.
Did he?
That's the guy.
I haven't heard about that, but I did hear that the Colts were throwing feelers out regarding Nick Foles.
Yeah, Carson Wentz would love that.
Yeah.
He just cannot get away from Nick Foles.
Yeah, bring in the guy who stole my job and my love from the city of Philadelphia. Let's bring him to Indianapolis.
Do the same thing.
Did that guy actually love Philly?
Carson?
No, but
I doubt it.
There's
the
no
fans
chance.
wanted Foles over Carson.
Well, I think Carson probably loved Philly his rookie and sophomore year. But after that, it was pretty rough.
I don't think Philly loves Philly.
That's such a good
Brandon's
point.
on a roll tonight, damn it.
It's a damn good point. High level insight. But yeah, long story short, if they can tread water till Wentz gets back in a bad division, I think it's the first or second worst division in football, quite frankly. The only one that might be worse would be the
JT.
NFC East.
Higher
East, yeah.
or lower?
He drops in my book. I already lowered him a little bit. I think he's still borderline wide running back 1. But he could definitely slip out of that, and maybe some other stronger players could come up.
So you think he finishes outside of RB1? So 13 or lower?
I'd say borderline 10 to 13, 14.
I think he stays the same. They're going to run the ball regardless of who's in there. I think their wide receivers took a huge hit, but because they're not going to get any deep action.
They were low to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, who's your highest ranked Indianapolis wide receiver pre Carson Wentz injury?
Fuck TY. Get out of here, Ty. Just because you have the namesake.
One of the most underrated wide receivers of our generation, T.Y. Hilton.
He's garbage.
Maybe
who fucking cares?
3 years ago, but now
He's had a bad year.
A bad couple of years.
Look at his whole career. He's the most underrated. No one gave that guy any respect, and he's up there with all the people who we consider great in numbers.
He was a PPR machine like 4 or 5 years ago.
He's still the best wide receiver on the team. Pittman, talent-wise, probably.
Paris Campbell,
just a speedster, flash in the pan.
I don't know.
You don't like Michael Pittman?
Nah.
Last year, going into the season, if I had to take one of them, I would have taken TY. I think this year I would take Pittman.
Yeah,
but it's close.
This year I would stay away from him All of
Yeah,
them.
that's another note
Not a
regarding
chance.
the
What about
Colts.
tight ends?
With the Wentz injury, I fade Colts wide receivers and I fade Colts tight ends. I would still be interested at their current ADP and Taylor, although I'd like to see it fall a little bit. And I think Nyheim Hines could end up being equal to, if not a little better than what he was going to be. With a backup quarterback, a running back like him is going to get a lot more passes out of the backfield.
A lot of garbage time.
Especially if they're playing from behind. If that offense can't keep up, can't score points, defense is going to be worn out.
The biggest thing, Star, to your question regarding tight end, I'm not sure who their like number one is. Is it Doyle? Is it Mo Alley Cox? It's just I don't love their tight
Trey
end
Burton is
situation.
still there?
Frank
or-
Reich loves Cox.
That's true. He does.
Is Trey Burton still there or no?
We say bring in Cox. I don't think
I don't
Burton
think
is.
so.
But yeah, so long story short, it hurts all the pass catchers in Indy. The running backs, I don't think it impacts that much. Maybe Taylor gets hurt a little bit just because defenses will now put 8 in the box for sure.
I think he's not a full-fledged top 5 RB like we were thinking.
Right.